right, guys. This video here is by the name of somebody named Bernice Burgos. Okay, I guess she's documenting her BBL removal and her body refinement or whatever. So let's check this one out.
What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. As you can see from the title, Bernice Burgos, the video vixen, now the middle-aged influencer, IG model, whatever you want to call her, she's getting a BBL reduction. This is one of the first stories. I'm not saying it hasn't happened before, but this is probably one of the first stories I've heard of a woman getting a BBL reduction. And that seems to be what she's getting. She's also getting a body refinement, and she's documenting everything on TikTok.
Well, she hopefully won't die on that table, because a lot of women have lost their lives on this table, whether they were getting a BBL, whether they were getting it removed, or tummy tucks, the whole nine, okay?
You know, this day was coming. You know, she's 45. You know, she does, you know, she's trying, but I think she probably is realizing that she can't really compete with these young girls getting these BBLs and what men are actually looking as far as direction is concerned. It looks to me like she's following what Black China did. Black China got a bunch of implants and fillers removed, right, to look more natural. And that seems to be what she's doing. Maybe she feels like she's in a different point in her life.
You know, it's funny that you go get the BBLs and then you go back and get them removed to look more natural. Something that the average man wanted in the first place. I mean, let's keep it real. I know, speaking from my experience, guys, I cannot stand BBLs. I cannot stand cosmetic surgery on women, breast implants, things of that nature, guys. It looks bad. You can tell that the work was done, number one. Number two, the older you get, the worse it gets. And then you're stuck trying to do it over again, make it look better, and you just end up looking silly, right? A la Cardi B, a la Lil' Kim. The list goes on, okay? These women are out here looking goofy as hell, and they think that they're really doing something. And they never get a man. They never end up with a man, right? Vivica A. Fox, I think she's in her 60s now. I mean, it's crazy. The list goes on about these women getting these surgeries and never attaining a man. After all that work, after all those dollars spent on your body to make it look quote unquote better, you look crazy out here, right? And now a lot of them are starting to come to the light and say, well, maybe I do look silly, you know? A lot of men do not like these, guys. A lot of men do not like these, and I think they're realizing that natural women reign supreme over here for the majority of men, right? Unless you get a subtle job done, you know, I've seen women with subtle work done where you can hardly tell. You're taking an L. You're losing. It's not believable, okay?
And, you know, she wants to embrace where she is instead of trying to compete with these young women. I still think she'll try to compete with them, but you're going to start to see a lot of this because the BBL era, I think, is pretty much coming to an end. Women putting their health and their life at risk to get these BBL surgeries just to get the attention of men on the internet or some ex that don't want them anyway. That's what they're doing it for. And you got women who aren't even on social media like that getting BBLs just so they can get attention. They claim that they're getting this surgery for self-esteem. Well, self-esteem comes from attention that you get from others.
If you had a husband and you wanted to get a BBL and your husband told you, I don't want you to have a BBL. I like you just the way you are. And you go and get that BBL anyway. If I'm that husband, I am filing for divorce. Immediately. Immediately, guys. Why else would you have it done? Why else would you want to get it done? Because I just feel like it'll make me feel better about myself. That's a you problem. That's a you problem. And that BBL is not going to change that. Okay? It's going to be a band-aid, and then you're going to be looking at yourself again later when the BBL looks terrible and you're looking silly, and then you're going to want to do something else, and then something else. That is a you problem. Okay? So, miss me with all of that.
But what they're realizing is how bad they look with these BBLs. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen the pictures of these heifers and, you know, how they look with them, how odd they look. They got big butts and then they got the skinny legs. Like, it looks awful.
It looks gross. Okay. When I saw Tiny, I think that's her name, T.I.'s wife, and they had that clip where she was walking across stage and I guess the fan had blew up her dress or whatever, I threw up in my mouth a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That was some of the nastiest shit I have ever seen. Okay? And this is what women are outside doing. This is what they're doing. They're getting money. They're going out here doing this shit. And then you have little girls growing up looking at social media. And you know what? Their number one goal is on their 18th birthday, not I want a car, not I want, you know, this nice dress or whatever it might be, this new iPhone. No, I want a breast job. I want a BBL.
This is unacceptable.
And this is the society that is breeding this trash. Okay?
On a lot of these chicks. And plus they have to go and get maintenance done. They have to, you know, because they're getting the BBLs. They're probably getting the tummy tucks as well. That weight gets added on to the BBL. The fact that, you know, as far as properly keeping it up, it's a lot that goes into it. These women don't understand. And then when they get the BBLs and they realize that men just want to screw them, these men don't want to date or marry them, then what is the point of having them? So let's get into this article here from Complex. It says Bernice Burgos is opening up about a new chapter in her body journey, and this time she's bringing fans all the way inside the process. The model and entrepreneur recently documented her BBL removal and body contouring procedure on TikTok, sharing footage from Beverly Hills, California, where she worked with Dr. Ashkan. Let's replay this TikTok video here.
Bernice. She knows that I do things not all the other surgeons do because I have a lot of experience. Before things became trendy, I was doing this kind of body contouring, reshaping stuff since 2007. I mean, yeah, I'm not that old, but so the best patients are the ones that barely even need me. What we're gonna do with her is really fight gravity and keep her voluptuous shape and almost create that legging tight look without the leggings. We're doing that with radio frequency quantum tightening. Your skin's gonna become your legging. That's really what we're doing.
So I'm here, and I'm glad to be here because I've been looking for a doctor for so many years because I want to reshape my butt. I love my butt. I love the way it looks now, but I just want to reshape the little dents that I have.
If you loved your butt, you wouldn't be sitting here on the screen talking to this doctor, guys, okay? This is what kills me, all right? Stop the cap. Just stop it. If you want to get a BBL, just get one, okay? If you want to be silly, just be silly. I'm just so sick of women trying to reword things and make it fit in their little puzzles. It makes no sense to me.
That I want to like fix and stuff like that. I'm excited and I'm nervous and I'm just here to reshape my butt and make it a little smaller.
So basically, I don't want to play the whole thing. She wants to ease up on the size because she realizes that, you know, you look at the women that these men actually end up with. They don't have the oversized BBL butts, and women pay attention to that, and they realize maybe I don't need that. But at 45, she should prioritize more of that health instead of, because it seems like to me she's trying to you know, de-age it, so to speak, de-wear and tear it so she can wear bikinis and show off a little bit more. But again, also she's reducing it because maybe maintenance, you know. You know, men, I'm telling you, a lot of men like screwing chicks with big butts, even the BBLs. But when it comes to, you know, relationships and marriages, look who they're actually getting with: women who have natural bodies. Natural body women will always succeed. They will always win.
That's because when you deal with women with BBLs and body makeovers and all that, usually that's associated with THOT syndrome. Okay, women who are out here for the streets. That's really what you associate it with. When you want to be on Instagram, when you want to take all these pictures, when you want to do all this, men aren't taking these women seriously. That's where we miss each other, right? They really think that somebody is interested in them long term. 9 times out of 10, these men are looking for fun toys. Fun toys, that's it. Somebody to pass the night away with, or maybe even the week, right? Take one of these tricks on vacation. You know, you have a toy, and these business transactions is what I call them between the two, is exactly that, a transaction, right? They're there for what they can get, and the men are understanding that, and they are there for what they can get, right? And that's all this is, all right? Anytime one of these women fixes their lips to say anything resuming marriage, relationships, these guys are usually out of the door, or they're not taking them seriously, okay? Because what's going to happen is they're just going to wait, time is going to pass, and they're going to go get another one, or another one, or another one. And that's just what it is. And a lot of these women are snowed. They really think that this is going to bag them, whoever. But they're being passed around the industry, okay? And they're looking crazy out here. That's the bottom line. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They look crazy, and they get more and more intense, and they have to add more and more and more. It's an addiction almost for a lot of these women, and you end up looking like Little Kim or Vivica A. Fox and the likes of those people, right? Who is ever going to wife up a Little Kim? Who is ever going to wife up a Vivica A. Fox? No one, right? They're going to die alone. Let's just keep it real with each other. Let's not play lollipop games. They're going to die alone. They're not going to have a husband. They're not going to have anyone taking care of them, okay? Let's just keep it real. And this is part of the reason.
And they win because men don't want to deal with the woman who's done had surgery. She got scars all over the place. She's probably taking meds, because even after the healing process, they're probably still taking medication. And then they have to go back and forth to doctors because they have to get this fixed or that fixed, right? And us as men don't want to have to deal with that. That's very pricey. And also, you know, again, it's the maintenance thing of, you know, certain things that we've heard that comes from having BBLs. And again, hopefully at her age, she's realizing that it's more, less is more, and she should lean into being more her real shape, which seems to be more of a petite woman. But like I said, we will see. Let's see. According to the doctor, who described himself as an early figure in the modern body contouring. So I've been doing these since 2007, he said, as he walked Burgos through the plan. Instead of adding volume, the goal this time was refinement. Burgos explained that she wasn't trying to completely change her body. Of course not. She wants to have something. Says she just wants to reshape her butt, noting that she still liked how she looked overall. So why get the surgery? If you like how you look regardless, why would you need to get the surgery? I think women just like having surgeries. I think they just get addicted to getting surgeries because they think surgeries are quick fixes.
Not to worry.
Okay, thank you. I'm so nervous. Nope, ready.
And by the way, it is normal for these women to be doing this.
Look at my view, guys. My view is so pretty. Let me show you. My view. So pretty.
Doctor's approach focused on achieving what he described as a legging tight look without the leggings. To do that, he used quantum RF, a minimally invasive treatment that uses controlled radio frequency energy to tighten skin and improve its contour. The procedure works by heating deeper layers of the skin to stimulate collagen lasting, while she also is breaking down fat cells, which are then assisted in removal of the lymphatic. Massage is commonly used for areas like the abdomen, thighs, arms, as a result of development gradually over several months. So she's basically getting a mommy makeover. This looks like a mommy makeover. She's still trying to look youthful to compete with the younger women.
It's all a game, guys. It's all a game, right? Competition, if you will. And like I said, guys, this woman is 45, right? Looks good for 45, but she's still 45 nonetheless and still has no one. So she thinks that doing this is going to, I guess, upgrade her ranks, so to speak, and make her more of a, I guess, catch, when in reality, guys, it's not. It's making her look silly, right? You're 45 years old, you're still sitting on somebody's table, getting work done, and you're competing with women half your age, right? Half your age. And you're going to lose that. You're going to lose that fight. That's a fight you cannot win. That's a fight you will not win. And we'll be talking about her in 5 years. She'll be up there with, Vivica A's and the Lil Kims of the world, guys, okay? Looking ridiculous. Toe out the frame, scuffed up, and everything else under the sun, right? And she's going to be addicted. She'll be on the table again. I guarantee you this won't be her last time on the table, all right? She'll continue to do it into her 50s and even maybe 60s, like Vivica A. Fox and the likes of them, because they can't stop themselves. They think they're just one operation away from attaining that man who makes, $1 million a year and who is 6'3", right? And the perfect guy, ready to wife them up and become a husband.
No.
That's what they believe. And this is the real drug, if you ask me. This is the delusional world that they live in, guys. And hey, if they want to be delusional and live in there, let them live. Let them live in this world until it is no more, until reality finally hits them. And they all hit at different times, right? I'm sure reality has hit Vivica A. Fox and Lil Kim and some of the other ones when they were alone at some point, right? They can't lie to themselves, but they still continue to try. And I guess it is what it is. I'm going to end the video here, though. I mean, I can't look at any more of this. If you did like the content, guys, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. I drop content daily on this channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.